This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. Now listen, hear me out, and let me speak before anybody passes any judgment, before you thumbs down the video, before you say that I'm doing something or I'm starting something, or no, I know nobody out there wants to see drama, okay? But you know that I constantly talk about if constantly provoked, I will go after people. Now, it's been kind of an interesting day for me so far. I had the Jesus guy who made a video. I made a video about the fake Jesus guy. He did a video, sending people over here, trying to pretend like, mispronounce my name and my channel, trying to do little irks, right? And I saw in the comment section, because the Jesus guy was commenting about the 100,000 subscriber plaque and all this stuff. And I saw a guy in there, and a guy who's been constantly taking shots at me without saying my name, but he tries to make it as clear as he can who he's talking about. So for those of you who think that I start stuff and I'm the bully because I never play the victim, let's talk about Richie from Boston. Richie from Boston here, just driving around in my car, venting to people about nothing that's going on that really matters, and I'm talking about trolls all the time. And what he's really doing is constantly causing division. You see, Richie portrays this character, when everybody got censored, he was going to do something, he was going to help, he was going to do all this stuff, and everybody bought it, hook, line, and sinker. Richie never was doing a class action lawsuit. Richie was never suing YouTube. So let me get into this stuff, because Richie just decided to make a video where he's clearly addressing me. And you might say, well, you're just speculating. No, I know for a fact, because people sent me screenshots and text messages or whatever you want to call it. And I'm not going to put those out there because those are private between the two individuals, and I respect their privacy. But nonetheless, Richie's been doing this for quite some time. He's been saying, people who talk about symbols, we get it. Meanwhile, he does nothing. He drives around in his car. He points up at the sky, gives people silver coins. And he goes after people like me who are trying to expose pedophilia, trying to expose these symbols and wake people up. It's actually care about waking people up. This isn't about me. My face isn't out there because I don't want attention. I'm uncomfortable with it. I like to be left alone. I don't want to be a public figure. I don't want to be, Richie from Boston here driving around and meeting my subscribers. I want to work. I want to research, and I want to work, and I want to get awareness out there the best way that I can. Through research, through using my voice, which has helped a lot of people. Okay, it takes a lot of time to make actual videos, not to drive around and vent in your car, put a monetization thing on it, and, then talk about other people and go, they popped up. And they popped up, and all of a sudden they had a lot of subscribers, and they had a professional intro video, and, they must be ex-marketers. Ex-marketers? Richie, I created a cartoon intro for my channel because, I have a brain. And I figured, if I'm going to try to make a channel, I'm going to try to make it good. And I want people who come to my channel to know what the channel's about. And that was really the whole purpose of the cartoon. And I haven't even used it. I don't even think I've used it in a year or maybe 6 months. So let's get that out of the way. Number two, talking about people, and trying to reference Pizzagate, and Richie claims he was right, even though I have tons of videos of Richie on my channel. Richie talking about how Pizzagate was real. Then Richie talking about how, my goodness, everything in the WikiLeaks is fake. How do these people believe it? But having videos about Marina Abramovich's spirit cooking, contradicting everything he says. And I read the comments below it, and I say, how are the people who are subscribed to his channel considered to be awake when all he does is contradict himself and change his story every day? I mean, we're all still waiting for him to eat a hat, right? He did videos where he said if Trump wins, he would eat a hat. And then months later, he says, I told you Trump was going to win. And nobody says anything. It shows you that nobody's even critically thinking over there. And the only reason I have to do this is because I'm sick and tired of hearing this guy belittle the work that I try to do. Because unlike him, I have, he talks about, people are making money and doing this stuff. No one's making boatloads of money on YouTube. Are you kidding me? Half the videos don't even get monetized. Some of us have bills to pay, Richie. We're not in our 50s living with our parents still, okay? We're not driving around looking for the Sasquatch. Richie talks about some of this stuff, and then he goes, I'm mentioned in the mainstream media. Why do you think people like Richie get mentioned and people like me don't? Because people like Richie make us all look insane and stupid. All of us in this community, we all have problems, we all have issues for whatever reason. People seem to always come after me. And that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I have no problem defending myself and talking back. And sometimes you end up with a mutual respect for the person because at least they can go back and forth with you. Not someone like Richie who says stuff. I mean, listen to the video he just put up and tell me that's not about me. I mean, I've got screenshots here of him complaining about the 100 subscriber plaque or something. You ever hear what deflecting is? Deflecting is when you constantly talk about something over and over. It means you're, projecting. And that's what Richie does. He's projecting. Now, Richie, I know you're not, well, we all know you're not very smart, okay? To get the 100,000 subscriber plaque, you actually have to request it from YouTube, okay? And when I did that, it was a little different than it is now. They're not sending any plaques out now for whatever reason. Okay, Richie? So I know you really want your plaque. Maybe you could, I don't know what you want to use it for. I could think of a few things from, the sound of your lifestyle, what you might want to use it for. But hey, to each their own, you know what I mean? But I digress. Now let me make another thing clear to those of you who are going to be upset. Every one of you on here is in agreement about free speech and defending yourself. So nobody should have a problem when somebody constantly pokes at you and says stuff about you and talks behind your back. That's what Richie does. He plays this role that he's like a peacemaker and everybody comes after him. Because what he does is he never mentions anyone's name, but half of his videos, he'll be talking about people like me. He'll be going, oh, Mr. Gematria, as if nobody knows he's talking about Hubbard. Or he'll say, oh, this guy, he'll be talking about, Anthony Patch, right? And the common theme is that Richie burns bridges with everyone in his life because he's got a Napoleon complex. Me and Richie were friends in the beginning. I mean, if I didn't put up a video, and I feel responsible for this nightmare in some way because when he went down and did that, to one of those somewhere that was flooded, I forget where it was 2 years ago, I did a video because I was like, that's great, to see somebody helping. And ever since then, his channel has taken off. I'm not saying it's because I gave him a promotion or something. But Richie's just day after day has used these types of things to try to project this image of who he is, and it's not who Richiefromboston is. I'm sorry. Just because you show your face, just because you admit you have a history of drug abuse and all this stuff, doesn't make you credible. I have no history. So even if somebody found stuff, they find nothing. There's nothing to find. And I don't have to sit here and make reasons as to why I don't show my face, because it's not anyone's business why I do or don't. You should respect the fact that I don't want the attention. If I was out there whoring myself around, showing my face everywhere, trying to get on Fox News, then you could say, oh, he's a shill. Look at him. He's trying to, look at him. He's promoting his book. He's on this show. He's doing this. I don't want to do that. And besides the fact, nobody would have me on. They would mention people like Richie in articles because that's the point. Somebody clicks on it and goes to Richie's channel and they go, these people are out of their minds. We got a 50-year-old driving around, living with his parents, talking about Sasquatch. Wow, that's really going to help wake people up, Richie. I mean, the signs and the symbols and exposing Freemasonry, exposing the pedo rings, talking about this stuff, bringing attention to it. Now, that doesn't help anyone, but you telling us stories about the Sasquatch, that's really going to wake people up. I mean, definitely. I can't imagine if somebody just stumbled upon your channel and heard one of your videos about Sasquatch. I'm sure they'd wake up instantly. But I digress. Boy, the problem in this community is that people just have unbelievable egos. And anyone who knows me in this community actually knows me because I do talk to some people or email or some people send me nice messages. They know exactly who I am. I'm the same person talking right now. I'll go on someone's channel if they do a video on me and I'll tell them off. And they go, can you believe he's there? And he said that? What do you mean, can you believe I'm there and I'm telling you off? I'm telling you right now, I'll go tell you off. I have a temper. I'm aware. I'm not hiding anything. I'm not going to sit there and bend over and let people run their mouths about me. Then the last thing that needs to be addressed is Richie's talking about 5 channels deleted. Richie has nothing deleted, okay? I lost 250,000 subs. I had the biggest channel, as far as growth in a short period of time, and as far as, the ones that were terminated, I can't think anybody else. Mark Dice and those guys didn't get their channels terminated. Scariest movie ever didn't get his channel terminated. Mario's isn't terminated. I'm not saying that makes them a shill or not. I'm just saying my channel got terminated, but somehow I'm a shill because I got a plaque in the mail and I burned it. I mean, Richie, you've got some serious issues. I know driving around your car is your therapy, and people don't even know what they're listening to, but they're still watching. And I don't blame these people who do videos about you, because I think a lot of these people, and I don't blame people who do videos about me either, because I know a lot of people, why they wouldn't like me. And I'm okay with that. But people scratch their head and they go, is anyone listening to what Richie's saying? Nothing he says makes sense. Nothing he says is relevant. Nothing he says is going to wake anyone up. But there's some type of obsession, apparently, and I guess it makes you a good person if you go around giving people silver coins. Me, I'd like to just focus on my videos. You know, I was trying to work on a video talking about another, satanic ritual abuse case to try to make people aware. And this is the stuff I deal with, but people listen, they go, oh, just let it go. Oh, just let it go. Well, you let stuff go so much in your life. At some point, you stand up for yourself. I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't. I'd be a hypocrite if I sat here and I told kids, defend yourself. Verbally, don't take crap from people. And you might say, well, that's not fair because he didn't say you directly by name, because Richie never will, because Richie always has to play the victim, right? It's pretty easy if you pin the two of us next to each other. Most people will go, oh, Richie's a much nicer guy. Oh, yeah? Says who? Why? Because you run my mouth and I say stuff? So what? Because I don't give people silver coins? And let me make this clear, really clear. For those of you who think that Richie's channel got terminated and then he got a lawyer within 24 hours to reinstate his channel, it's the biggest lie in the history of YouTube. Okay? Let me tell you firsthand how hard it is to get through to someone on YouTube. When you have 100,000 subs, there's an email to creator support, okay? And you could send them emails. It takes them 48 hours to get back to you. If you call the number, you get an intern. That's it. So for a lawyer to call an intern and say, oh, I'm going to sue you, you think they care? There's a process, that goes into it. And Richie said, oh, and they reviewed my channel and my videos and they said it was okay. No, they didn't. So for those of you who are suspicious about Richie and how his channel blew up and how he got his channel back, you should be suspicious. I'm suspicious, And listen, Richie could come out and he could say, look, these are conversations I've had with a call for Uprising, and he curses, and oh, I've said I want to kick Satanists' asses and stuff like that in private conversations. I'm not going to show any private conversations I've had with him before, because he said some really bad stuff to me in the past. Talk about loyalty. Okay, I'm one of the most loyal people you'll ever know, ever. Once you're my friend, you're my friend. And don't burn that bridge, and I won't burn it either. But I'll tell you one thing, when stuff went down last year with Pizzagate and stuff, with Hubbard and me bickering back and forth, Richie had been somebody who was talking to me almost every day, emailing me, talking to me, asking me questions. What do I think? What can he do? Looking for advice. The second I went after Hubbard, he sends me an email telling me off. I'm going to expose you. I'm going to ruin your YouTube career. That's what Richie tells me. I'm not going to show you the private conversation. That's what he tells me. He's going to ruin my channel. That's the kind of guy he is. Right? And I know you're going to go, oh, this is just, I don't want to hear this stuff. I don't want to hear interfighting. Well, maybe it's about time people went to Richie and told Richie to just shut his mouth, instead of everybody going, oh man, yeah, you tell it like it is. No, he doesn't. Okay, Richie in his videos will go, I'm a bad guy. I tell you the things I do. Let me tell you this. Everything I say and how I act is how I am. Richie, you would be shocked if you knew how Richie really was. Shocked. He is the biggest drama queen I've ever met in my life, and I've met a lot. Richie stirs so much crap behind the scenes on YouTube, sending people messages, talking crap about other channels, writing things on other commenters' walls, right? Taking stabs in his videos subliminally so his audience doesn't think that he's, attacking other truthers, because it wouldn't make him look good. He's a con man. Am I a con man? No. Am I a jerk? Unfortunately, yeah. Could I be a better Christian? Yes, I need to be a better Christian. I try. I struggle with my own stuff. There's no doubt about it. But for people to say, like Richie, oh, if you subscribe to that guy, don't subscribe to me. Oh, he got a plaque. How is he real? Oh, these channels that blow up. Who do you think he's talking about? He's only talking about me. And he doesn't stop. I don't know why some of these guys have some obsession with me. Okay? But Richie's just another one of these guys. And I'm not going to do one of these videos where I dig up stuff on Richie and his past and dox him, because I don't really care. There's videos out there about him. There's videos about me. This is just me shooting the crap with everybody out there. Because this is the stuff that people like me deal with every day. While Richie's driving around in his car doing nothing, and I'm reading and I'm trying to figure out what to talk about, what could wake people up. This is the stuff I deal with. Little dramatic infighting by people like Richie, who then come out and go, oh, the truther community's a mess. Nobody likes each other. It's because people like Richie. That's why. And even if I have beef with another channel, and we know the ones, there's plenty of them. That's fine. Sometimes I have a mutual respect for some of these people. I have none for Richie. None. Because he can't even handle, he goes around people's backs and does stuff like this. So anyway, I needed to vent about it because I've had enough. I really have. I had enough of everybody trying to have this alpha male thing where it's just like, what is your beef with me, Richie? All of a sudden you have a beef with me because I have a plaque that I lit on fire 2 years ago. That video was like 2 years ago, I think, or at least a year ago. Maybe it was last year. Yeah, last year. Okay. And that's getting brought up in my intro cartoon, which I haven't used in here. Let's figure out what your problem is. What is your obsession with me? Why don't you just go your own way, butt out of my business? If you think my videos don't help wake people up and, showing symbols doesn't do anything, it's because you can't comprehend it, Richie. It's clear that you're not smart enough to comprehend anything. Anything except looking up at the sky and seeing the chemtrails. What are you doing to combat it? Oh, you're telling people. Well, guess what? So are people like me. Just we're doing a lot more. Exposing the Mason Lodges, exposing the DeMolay, exposing all these things. And now look at you. You won't even talk about anything. Because, your channel and your subs mean so much to you. Nobody heard you say a word about what happened on Valentine's. Maybe would you say one little thing because you're afraid you're going to get in trouble? Or did your handlers tell you couldn't? I mean, why don't you tell us that? Instead, you're driving around talking about Sasquatch and talking about trolls. It seems like every day you got a video talking about people who are trolling your channel. Well, welcome to YouTube, Richie. Everybody's channel gets trolled. Even people with 10 subs get trolled. Okay? Grow a pair. Deal with it. No one needs to see you doing a video of you welding, telling everyone that you're a real man. Wow, you're welding something. You're a real man. Who cares? I could do a video say, look, I don't live with my parents. I'm a real man. How's that? Okay? How's that? So for those of you who don't like me having an opinion, then you can unsubscribe as well. I don't want any of you to unsubscribe. But I've just had enough of hearing this guy constantly take jabs at me. And everybody out there knows that he is. But they still go, don't worry about it, Richie. Keep moving forward. Don't worry about it. Nobody says, hey, Richie, why don't you stop causing drama? Why don't you do some actual work? Okay? He's like, I've been doing this 6 years and I just started monetizing. Well, maybe you never had to pay bills or anything because you live at home. Clearly, you don't know how to research. Jumping on and talking for 10 minutes about nothing that matters like you did today. Wow, what an intellectual video. Thank you for that. Or yesterday or whatever day it was, you're welding something. Wow, thanks, Richie. Really helping the truth community out. Or driving cross country on the, I mean, no idea what you're doing, but don't want to know, to be honest. Just like you to keep my name out of your mouth. And that doesn't mean by you saying my channel, but we all know who you're referencing. Okay, see, unlike you, none of us are stupid. We get it. We see it. We're aware. Why don't you try explaining to your audience how you somehow got your channel back in 24 hours and made up a story about a lawyer? Because I'll tell you right now, all the channels out there that hate me, they'll agree 100% that there's no way that that's possible. It is not possible. So why don't you fess up to what really happened? If you don't want to, okay. Well, stop asking me to show my face. Stop asking me to do this and do that. You're not my boss. My subs don't seem to have a problem with it. I guess you would think it's credible to see my face. I don't understand the argument that everybody makes about it. What do you think? It's George Clooney back here? It's Joe Pesci? I'm going to reveal myself as Joe Pesci? Oh, wow, you're going to see who I am. You're going to go, okay, I've never seen the guy before. Oh, let me look into his background information. Oh, look, I found nothing but his parents' home address and some apartments that he's lived in. Woo! Goodness gracious, no arrest record? How disappointing for everybody. Sorry, don't have one. Despite people thinking, he's got a history of violence and a history of anger. It's called being Italian, okay? It's called having passion. I'm passionate about exposing these people. I can't stand them. Can't stand them. And you know what else I can't stand? I can't stand when men gossip and then they do stuff like that instead of addressing men. Men address men like men. You confront them. You say them by name. You got a problem with somebody, you take them aside and you talk about it. You don't do videos going, unsubscribe if you like this channel. And I'm not going to say who, but he's a Christian who blew up. He had an intro a minute long. He got 100,000 subscriber plaque. I don't know. Who could it be? Who could it be now? Who could it be now? Well, it's not the Sasquatch. I'll tell you this, Richie, you're lucky that I didn't do a video where I actually take your clips and piece them together to show people how you contradict yourself and change your story all the time. When I'm wrong, I admit it. I don't predict things. You just predicted a bombing like a month ago. You're like, watch out for this date on Tuesday. You just said in your video right now, I don't predict things. You just predicted a bombing that didn't go on. So relax. Keep other people's names out of your mouth and stop getting your just subscribers all riled up as if you're under attack and no one else is. You're under the least attack and the least amount. I've seen channels, Russian Viz just lost a channel again. What's Hubbard on? 20, 50? Jurassic Liars, he's on his 50th channel, right? I didn't get around it. I lost a 250,000 subscriber channel. And I've worked my tail off on this channel to get around the algorithm, such as leaving a video up for 12 hours and taking it down. And all sorts of stuff. You know why, Richie? Because I got a brain. And, when I see this Sasquatch out there, like, share, subscribe, or don't. Yeah. How about don't? Now get off my lawn.